All right, we're back. Another episode of The Climb. It's a solo one, and you're not going to see a frown on my face because what I'm going to be talking about today is Mental Health Awareness Month, May. And considering this was being taken in May and to be posted in the last week of May, wanted to share a little bit how I feel, proud to be a part of, this movement of mental health awareness and share a little bit about that journey from what it's looked like from my perspective, how things have changed in a positive way. And, I've mentioned it before, but I want to share kind of how mental health awareness is just the first step. And so, I wanted to just reflect and thank everyone who's helped me kind of get where I am today and provide information, not only for myself, but for people in need. Now, we talk about Bucks County quite a bit, and it's for good reason. They've helped not only, myself, but they've guided a lot of friends and family that, needed help, needed more information. And it's companies and organizations like NOMNI and, Mental Health America and, different organizations that certainly do a lot of the legwork for this mental health awareness push that we're seeing here. So super happy and grateful for those types of organizations for pushing the narrative. But I also have to be honest and thank everyone else because when I first started fundraising for Bucks County, their slogan was to end stigma. And it feels as if it's a different era. What is this? 2018 at 2017 that I started fundraising money out. Like almost 7 years later, we still have stigma. We still have uneducated people, unaware people, but the lengths and the differences has been just quite remarkable. So I'm really proud of us as a society to open up and to accept, to share everyone, their vulnerability, whether, you have shared or commented, posted on, one of my accounts, Team Garbo's, or just reached out personally to share your story. I think that vulnerability is the super strength that everyone can tap into, but it's not easy. And it's not easy to do it alone. So, kudos to everyone out there who is in their own battle of their own, or maybe supporting someone in, their own struggle with mental health. And it's just been so eye-opening to see, the reflection of where things were in 2017, 2016 when I first got diagnosed to right now. And it's exciting because there is so much that can be improved upon. But, kudos to everyone there. And if you just take a look, turn on the TV, turn on Netflix, there's representation of mental health in a lot of media that we take in, whether you're watching, the Climb videos on your phone, on your laptop, through YouTube, social media, you name it, or just in general, putting on a show and seeing, it being illustrated there too. That wasn't really a thing when I was younger. It was taboo to talk about. And the more I went through my own challenges and, living with, a diagnosis of bipolar, as the years would go by and as, progress would make step by step, it really came, out of, nowhere of this huge movement of, hey, you know what? Everyone's got something going on. And we kind of were in a position where people didn't want to talk about it, but now they are willing. And so you gotta, give credit's due. And certainly I'm proud of everything that Team Garbo has done. All the effort that I've tried to put into it, all the, mental health initiatives, as I mentioned before, like Bucks County, Mental Health America. There's plenty more. But the individual, the people who are watching this video, people that are just seeing this for the first time, that's the true, power of communication and acceptance. is realizing that, hey, you're not alone, and other people are going through similar things that I have, gone through too. So yeah, I just want to pause there, and it's just exciting. It's exciting that, there's probably a month for everything, but this one is special, right? Mental health awareness. Even kind of saying it is, it means something. It means something to a lot of different people. And even if you don't have a serious, illness like myself, or diagnosed like an illness like myself, it's somehow impacting you. And I think what's important, right? I've talked about so many times how this is just the, you know, opening of, progression, and how I really believe that, mental health awareness is just the first step, and acceptance of that it may happen to you, is really kind of where people need to be. But we wouldn't be able to make that progress in society if, we didn't have such a great impact and change when it comes to mental health. So, I think what's really been helpful for me is to see that and kind of keep going, and realizing that change is being made, even though it might be small on some, as larger on others. Um, that this could really help just kind of keep talking, keeping the conversation going. And that's really a big theme of the climb, is that my whole time, dealing with this diagnosis, I didn't do it alone. I certainly, bared the weight of it, and put in, the effort. But God, I wouldn't be anywhere without my friends and family, and I'm curious to know, if we were to go back and to take that out of the situation, where I'd be. If I was a gambling man, which I'm not a good gambling man, that's why I don't really bet that much unless it's football season. I wouldn't take those odds. I wouldn't take those odds. I would be, kind of scared to see what it would be like. And I was so fortunate back in, my history, back when I was first starting to get diagnosed with bipolar disorder, that I had friends that were really aware, not only of just mental health in itself, but in tune with the differences of me and what was abnormal and going on in my situation. That is just such a rare situation back in 2016 for people to have that awareness. And I'm so grateful for those friends who did. And, we even tried to keep getting help at that point, and it was hard to. And the aspect of getting help and making people aware that something could happen is a gap that is extremely short. So to see that resources are adapting now, that people are more open to the idea and aware of the differences between different, mental health struggles, is just huge. Frankly, not to put it lightly, can save lives. The differences in between people having crises and people getting help are genuinely lives. And I don't say that to be tongue in cheek. I mean it. There's other people that are in my situation, were in my situation, that are no longer here. And that is important, as just as important as kind of getting the word out about mental health, but being aware of your resources, where to go, what to look for, what to say. And it's a responsibility, right? As I mentioned, and I mentioned it again, goes hand in hand with accepting the possibility that this could happen to you or a loved one. And so if you were to break your arm, you should probably, go to the ER. You should probably know where to go, what to do. Or if you fall on your arm, hey, you need to get ice for that. Hey, if that's not looking good or doesn't feel good, we need to go see someone. Well, there's no difference when it comes to mental health. And that message here about mental health awareness isn't going to go away. And I'm proud to be a part of that initiative, but I'm challenging everyone to take it one step further. It's awesome to celebrate it this month. It's awesome to raise money. It's great to see all the good that is happening in this world, especially with the large organizations I mentioned previously. But I'll tell you what, it's not enough. And it'll never be enough to just be aware, because the conversation needs to continue as it has. Back in 2016, all the efforts that we saw and that we supported in Nomni, they matched it. They doubled down. They kept working hard on that and getting out there, to end the stigma, to make people aware. And that's important to realize that this is a movement, and you just need to keep on taking your own responsibility of being aware of mental health, being aware of your loved ones, where to get help, where to go. And most importantly, it's not enough because you just have to continue the conversation. So if you're watching this, you believe in that, and I appreciate it. So share it with someone that's maybe never seen this. And realize that mental health awareness comes with the responsibility, a responsibility for us all. And it may not be present right now, but one day it will be. And you're going to be grateful that you are more than just aware of mental health through a post or through email at work. So thank you, everyone, for your support. Thank you, everyone, over the years. And kudos to you for those people who are watching, for those people that are part of the movement. I am proud of you. I am proud of myself. And I am proud of what we're going to be doing in the future. Just remember that we're not going through this alone. You don't have to. You simply do not have to. There are others that could help. So don't be afraid to reach out and keep this progress going in the right direction. All right, guys. Well, I hope you had a great May. It's starting to be the beginning of summer. And this movement behind mental health awareness is not stopping, regardless of May being the Mental Health Awareness Month or not. It's important for us to be aware 24/7. So thank you, everyone, for your support. And of course, thank yourself for all the progress that you have made too.